Oh, wait. No, I put it, but I got it started automatically, and it does not. So, we got a moment. Okay. Are you coming back in? I mean, of course. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Ready? Oh, I guess we are live.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
All right.
All right.
I gotta learn.
I'm glad y'all got pens here just in case people want to take some notes.
Good evening, America. Hello, Chicago. And what's up, West Side? This is P. Ray of Black Excellence Hour, a show for people with high self-esteem. You could have been doing anything on this unseasonably warm Sunday evening, and you chose to come hang out with us today at Black Excellence Hour. And as always, we appreciate the company. Today, I'm saying we because I have the Chicago conservative, Mr. Vashawn Tunkel, on my co-host seat today. He is the vice president of Chicago Red. He is a part of the glue that makes this work. We are a team, we are a unit, and I'm so happy to have you here today.
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I've been on the show once already, but I think that was like a minute ago. So
Yeah, and
yeah.
anytime I got you back, it's a blessing.
For sure, yeah. P. Ray make it happen, guys. I only do like a little bit. But she do like 90% of the work.
And I be telling them, my hair turning white, y'all, nobody cares. And they always be laughing at me. But in real life, we make it happen every time. We actually have a GoFundMe that's live. We are currently fundraising to go to the inauguration. Chicago Red did a lot of work, not only here in the city, but in the county, the state, and the country. And we want to be present and in the space when the big guy comes back. So shout out to those who've already contributed to the GoFundMe. That can be found, I guess, I don't know where I got it posted. Come back to the Twitter page or the Black Excellence Hours Facebook page after the show, and you'll see the GoFundMe. Shout out to the Twitter world. This is the first time we've ever streamed on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So shout out to everybody on Twitter who
Twitter gets wild, by the way.
Twitter
I just want
gets
to let you
wild,
guys know that.
but I love it.
Yeah, X is nuts. Yeah.
I love Twitter. Oh
And
my
it's like
God.
it's uncensored. That's what a lot of people like about X. So. Oops, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So, before we get started with the show, as we do with every single show, you guys know how this goes by now, but I guess for the new people, you do not. Every single week, we start with a dose of self-esteem, and that's from the greatest president to ever do it, my friends. This president survives multiple impeachments, multiple indictments, multiple assassination attempts. They tried to play with his money, they tried to play with his family, they tried to play with his health, they tried to play with his legacy, and everything that they threw did not stick because this man, friends, is the Teflon Don. And I am specifically talking about Donald John Trump Sr.
Yeah, I like how that sound. Teflon Don, that's nice.
The Teflon Don. Everything they throw to him, nothing sticks. And that is Donald John Trump Sr., the 45th president, soon to be president number 47. Roll tape.
This nation.
Wait, let's roll it back.
African Americans built this nation. We built this nation. You're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get, you built the nation. We all built it. But you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right? But through generations of blood, sweat, and tears, and you deserve a government that defends your interests, protects your families, and cares for our own citizens first. My administration is fighting with everyone and all our heart to reverse the pain inflicted by Democrat leaders and to deliver hope and opportunity and prosperity for all Americans, but for African American communities all throughout our land. And our agenda is lifting up citizens of every background, race, religion, color, and creed. But while we are fighting every day to build up our nation, the far left only wants to wreck, ruin, and destroy our nation.
All right, all right, all right. Again, that was Donald John Trump Sr. giving us a dose of self-esteem, because we know that every week the liberals are telling us how pitiful and nothing and pathetic and charitable we are. But Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, said, African Americans, you built this country.
Yeah. And can I piggyback on that? I'm just so glad that Donald Trump basically put emphasis on black people, because when we look at these other presidents, like especially on the Republican side, they never gave black people props when it came to, building America. And I appreciate Trump doing that a lot. And then when he said it doesn't have anything to do with religion, color, things like that, we are the real unified party, unlike the Democrats. Those people are insane, and it's starting to show.
Well, that's why we laugh at them. I mean, now they're getting really upset that we don't care anymore. Before, people were like, oh my God, they're triggered. Yes, yeah. Well, that's part of today's show. They're literally eating each other up right now.
For sure.
Chicago Red has thrown the whole Democratic Party into a frenzy. They never expected for the Negroes to rise up and get angry or push back, especially not the ones in Chicago. We were supposed to be well-trained and ready to stand and take orders from the Democratic Party, and it just didn't happen this time.
Yeah, especially, I don't know if you've seen Barack Obama over the weekend.
No, what happened?
He's basically trying to say that this election was rigged and future elections would probably be rigged after Donald Trump. If you guys want to tune in to that, but I just thought it was very disrespectful, and it's just honestly pathetic on the Democratic Party side. We got the House, we got the Senate, we got office. So this was a America first vote. This wasn't no Democratic race bait things when it comes to Barack Obama. He tried. But it didn't work. So in my opinion, we had common sense this year to vote for Donald Trump.
And well, speaking of that point, some good people from Blexit came to visit P. Ray this week. And I was thinking, why is Blexit pulling up on me? Well, shout out to Blexit, because without Blexit, none of this would exist. Mm-hmm. They did the Young Black Leadership Summit in 2018 that took me to the White House to talk to Dr. Carson about CHA funding, or Chicago Housing Authority funding. So shout out to Blexit. And even though she gets on my nerves, shout out to Candace Owens, because when Candace got over the wall or in the door, Candace did not shut it behind her. She didn't pull the rope up. She actually threw the rope back and said, everybody who wants to climb the rope, come on in. Everybody who wants to run in the door, run on in. So I ran in the door. So shout out to Candace and Blexit.
I like Candace.
Candace, she's a lot though. She's a lot. Well, she's different now. Yeah. She's a freer person.
Free agent.
Yeah, free agent. She can do different conversations. I digress. So Blexit comes and they pull up on us. Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay, we want, to build a relationship with Chicago Red. And I'm like, okay, cool. Tell me why now. And they said, they gave me this statistic.
Question.
Right. Well, they gave me a very good statistic. In 2020, Joe Biden beat Donald Trump by 1 million votes in the state of Illinois. Mm-hmm. In 2024, Kamala Harris beat Donald Trump by approximately 247,000 votes, which means that our movement took 753,000 votes from three-fourths.
Yeah.
753,000 votes the Democrats lost in the state of Illinois between 2020 and 2024. Mm-hmm. That has gotten America's attention.
Yeah, absolutely, guys.
They thought that we were lying. They thought that we were playing. They did not take us seriously, but numbers do not lie. So shout out to the people at Blexit. People said that the nation can now see that our movement is legitimate, and we're going to get to how it was Chicago Red Week last week in conservative national media. But before we do that, I love to do my war reporting. So I'm going to do some really quick war reporting as we speak right now. Bashar al-Assad, the former president of Syria, is currently in Moscow with his family, where he has sought refuge, or he has been pushed into exile by the Syrian rebel army. Now, the reason that this matters, friends, is because, and again, this is Bashar al-Assad. because there was an operation started by Barack Obama called Timber Sycamore. And this was a classified weapons supply training run by the CIA and supported by the UK and some Arab intelligence services, including the Saudis. The goal of the program was to remove the Syrian president. This was pushed by Barack Obama and his friends. Barack Obama started secretly authorizing the CIA to start arming these Syrian rebels in 2013, but it became public knowledge in 2016. They're saying that the consequence of the program is that U.S. weapons have been flooded across the Middle East black markets, including assault rifles, mortars, rocket-propelled grenades, and the likes. The critics of the program said it was inexpensive and ineffective, and they were concerned about the weapons being seized by rebels who were backed by Al-Qaeda and its allies. Well, friends, today, those rebels used those American weapons to overthrow the Syrian president. What does that mean in the global sense? It means that we're in the middle of World War III. Because now we have a rogue nation in the middle of the Middle East. We already know that we have the issue with Israel and Gaza. Then we know that we have the issue with the Yemenis who have blocked off the Red Sea. Then we have the issue with the Lebanese who are attacking Israel from the northern front. And now Israel is about to go attack Syria to the northeastern front. They actually said that they're going to move all of their troops out of Lebanon and focus on Syria. Guys, this is getting serious. Today, World War III just retched up 2 more levels, and it's due to the failure of foreign policy of the Obama administration. I knew this was happening. That's why I left America, Vashawn. I knew the man was like failing. I'm like, nobody's paying attention to this but me. I'm tired of arguing. And I left. And look at what his policies have done. It has actually greatly exacerbated World War III.
Yeah, that's scary. Hearing that.
Yeah, this is happening right now.
Because I wasn't familiar with that, but I am aware of. I believe that Joe Biden gave Ukraine some missiles and they launched them into Russia. So now Putin has been threatening us with nuclear war. So, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, guys, but yes, Putin has been threatening America with nuclear war because we've been giving Ukraine missiles for them to fire into Russia. So. That's already scary alone. Now that I just heard that, it's just World War III is definitely around the corner.
No, it's here. We're fighting it right now at this moment. There has not been an official declaration, but we're definitely involved. And the reason that the Russians didn't come help Bashir this time is because they said that our army is too focused on Ukraine, so our help to you will be limited. So they just offered their president exile.
Wow.
So now, Barack Obama did this. This is going to be all over the news this week. Here at Black Excellence Hour, we try to keep you as relevant as possible. So know that World War III just stepped up 2 levels today. And that again happened because Syria has fallen due to, it's called Timber Sycamore. This again was a classified weapons supply and training program ran by the CIA, the UK, and some Arab intelligence services. Lock your doors. This is not a game. 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 We need Donald Trump to come and give peace back to the world because today it just got real in these streets. Moving on. Let's talk about something else because everybody's like, dang, P. Ray. But I want people to know what's going on so that nobody is surprised or they get information from other people who are lying to them. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Democrats for a moment. And when I talk about the Democrats, the national Democrats on the federal level, shout out to Congressman Davis. I love you, Congressman. Today, Democratic Congressman Jim Clyburn urged Joe Biden to pardon Donald Trump.
Really?
Oh yeah, let's check out. Let's listen to Congressman. Hold on. Let's listen to Congressman.
You talking about with the fake charges?
With the fake, all the federal charges that they put on him. He now wants President Biden to pardon President Trump because he gave a pardon to his son. And again, this is Congressman Jim Clyburn this morning on MSNBC. Roll tape.
And should pardon Donald Trump, and if so, why?
Yes, I do think so. And I think he should pardon all of those people
Jailers.
that have been accused and have been targeted, so that we can clean the slate. We can have an air of possibilities for the future. If we keep digging at things of the past, I'm not too sure the country will not lose its way. Now, remember, President Trump has been indicted, has been convicted on state crime. Also, please remember that the United States Supreme Court has given him immunity. And so I'm asking people who question my thought on this to explain to me how he would be any more insulated by this pardon than he seems to already be by the United States Supreme Court. Really, Joe Biden will be demonstrating what he's always demonstrated to me, that he loves this country more than anything else other than maybe his family. He wants to see this country going forward. He doesn't want to see us keep digging into the past but moving forward. So I think it would give a tremendous opportunity for him to demonstrate that kind of concern for the future of the country.
I honestly do.
All right. What you think of that?
So here's the hypocrisy when it comes to all of this, honestly. Joe Biden has always said nobody's above the law, this, that, and the third, and he basically was referring to Donald Trump, right?
Correct.
So when you pardon your son, and then when you have your press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, basically tell the American people that, oh, Joe Biden's not going to pardon his son. He's not going to do that. And then when he finally does it, and then when people question you about it, you get mad. It just
Belligerent,
looks like,
indignant, not just mad,
and
indignant.
It looks like a spit in the American people's face. You know what I'm
Correct.
saying? And it feels like we can't trust our judicial system.
Mm-hmm.
And how are we supposed to be able to trust the president of the United States? And, you know, like, you're pardoning your son for things that were horrendous. Now, you're saying, now, let's remember the crime bill in the 90s. He said, oh, we're going to lock you up for this amount of crack. Remember that, right? And then you got Hunter Biden, with a scale that looked like this, scale and crack that looked way bigger than what Joe Biden said. And he said minimum 5 years when it comes to that.
Correct.
So when we think about this, Joe Biden's been basically have known that Hunter Biden has had a drug addiction problem for a very long time. His whole family has. And I believe that Hunter Biden has gotten other family members addicted to crack cocaine as well.
Oh.
I think Bo's wife, he's got addicted to crack. So it's like he's just, and then it was child, you know what, on his laptop.
Oh, true.
And it was so much like disgusting, horrendous things that and then he pardoned him up to 10 years prior. That's the scary part, because we got to think about all of I don't know if people gonna try to ban me for saying this, but he's done business with the China Communist Party. Byron Donalds
Burisma Oil and Gas too. That's why we're in Ukraine.
Yeah, and it's like Byron Donalds, he actually exposed this in the Senate building, saying how Jill Biden, Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, they've been getting checks from the China Communist Party for decades at this point. So it feels like when we put these people in office, is it really like, real? Because this is why people question the election in 2020.
Correct.
So I just feel like it's absolutely ridiculous how he pardoned Hunter Biden. And I just want to say one more thing. When Trump get in office, or if Joe Biden wants to do it right now, because I think he should do it right now, he should pardon those J6ers.
Yes, he should.
I believe he should pardon those J6ers, because if you can pardon a scumbag like Hunter Biden, now I know that's his son.
That's his baby.
But don't lie about it, though. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we already knew it was going to happen. If it was my son, I'll pardon him too.
Hey, baby love's never going to jail if I got something to do
Right,
with it.
but don't lie about it, though, because it just looks bad, to the American people, and then it look like we can't trust you.
And we cannot.
And we can't, exactly.
Well, we're going to take a break because someone wrote a song for Chicago Red. It's called Brandon Parade. I'm going to play it to y'all. I listened to it this morning, and yes, it is absolutely amazing. I think that the people that are listening today are going to love this song as much as I did. Let's roll this tape real quickly. It's not that long, but check it out, y'all.
feel like a Carlton dance I can do.
But don't worry, we'll give you a parade downtown. Millions for migrants, but none for the rest. The city's priorities put to the test.
Hey, he's spitting now.
Life's on the decline. Residents cry out, what about our dime? Kid criminals rule, excuses abound, while shop owners flee empty storefronts downtown. Shot spotters gone, but you saved it just right for your
Right, why you get rid of shot
TC?
spotters?
Oh, what a sight. Oh, Brandon, you're working so hard to pretend. But Chicago Red's calling, and this could be the
What?
end.
That's us. What?
Don't be on our legs and tell us it's rain. The city's in chaos. We
I hope we don't get copyrighted.
Brandon, oh Brandon, we're calling you out. Crime in the streets and you
Yo, this song is crazy.
Brandon, let's send you away with a farewell parade on this fine broken day. The L train's not late, it's a rolling crime spree. Safer Chicago was just fantasy. The body count climbs while the excuses flow, and the residents wonder where did our money go. Parades for the problems, confetti and lies.
This is so much
Shopkeepers
facts,
begging,
though.
will you open your eyes? From the Gold Coast to Inglewood, people despair. But don't worry, Brandon, you've got great hair. Oh, Brandon,
Who made this?
straight to a fall. While the kid gangs are playing at Crime Carnival. But Chicago
They should make a video to this, y'all.
It's time to pack up. Don't forget your PR. Oh, Brandon, the jig is all done.
Ooh, hey, that's hey, the hook go crazy, guys.
Brandon, it's time to step out. The people have spoken. Your parade's on its route.
They made a song about us, guys.
Brandon, enjoy the charade. The people are waiting for your farewell parade. From crime to neglect, you've had quite a reign. But Chicago's calling. We're done with your game.
Let's go.
Chicago loves us. America loves us.
Who made that song? That song is amazing. I was
So-
dead.
Sorry, y'all. I had to run up. Lord have mercy. P-Ray got to get it together. Shout out to every trainer that ever offered me some training. So the iPad that we're going live from is actually dying in batteries. So I had to run outside and grab a charger and then get on.
Fast though. You was back before the song ended, so.
I made it happen. So today, someone hit me up and they said, P-Ray, you guys inspired me to write a song. Listen to this song. Don't you think it's amazing? And I was like, this is the most amazing
That's
song I've
immediate-
ever heard.
That's immediately going in my playlist for sure.
I will definitely drop it in the group chat and shout out. This was made by Go Gophers.
Go Gophers?
On Sunu Music.
Okay.
Yes.
Shout out to the Go Gophers. Man, make sure you guys hit them with a subscribe or anything, follow, because these guys are amazing.
Well, go ahead.
And they said Chicago Red, too.
They said, yeah, it's for
That's
us.
insane.
It's
That is
our
nice.
song. Yeah, so.
He said, let's go, Brandon. That's going to be stuck in my head the whole ride back home. And I was dancing a little bit, too, so I don't... Hopefully the live.
We want to look like we having fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Woo. All right. And I think we're good. Yes, it's charging now. Oh, sorry, guys. One moment. a quick commercial break. All right, and I am ready.
Okay.
Ooh, y'all don't even know how fast I just ran. Up some stairs, down some stairs, to the car. Then I got to the door. It's kind of door.
Yeah, it's kind of a long way. I would vouch for that one. I ain't gonna lie.
And then like the door that I went out of locks after you walk out. So then I was like stuck in a conundrum for a minute. I'm like, Lord, how do I keep this door open?
Ooh.
So I was like, brainstorm. And I figured it out. Ran to the car, grabbed the charger, came back to the door, booked it back up the stairs, and here I am. Thank y'all for loving on us. So again, that is a song we're gonna play actually every week.
Yeah,
we're gonna make
nice.
that a hit.
For
And again,
sure.
shout out to the Go Gophers. Miss Sylvia Reardon made this song, and she is just someone who follows me on Twitter. So be sure to follow her as well. That is Reardon1 Sylvia, and the name of the group is at Go Gophers. What a beautiful life. Moving on.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm like, dang, we got a song.
That's what I said.
Yeah. I'm telling you, America is eating us up. And I know that America is eating us up because this week, Fox News and Newsmax have been all at us.
Yeah, guys.
Earlier this week, there was a city council meeting, or not this week, earlier last week, there was a city council meeting. And in that city council meeting, of course, they had the public comments portion. And in that public comment portion, members of Chicago Red went and spoke on the mic. And we basically, told, I don't want to say like we said what time it is, because that sounds like bullying or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not here to bully the mayor at all. However, we're not going to allow him or anybody else to let us or to believe that they are going to bully us or tell us what to do. You cannot bully Chicago people. For those who do not know by now, Chicago people are definitely not, under any circumstances, going to allow you to bully them. So what I'm going to play is audio. And if you're on the live line, please continue to hold. I'm coming to you. 773-345-9977. 773-345-9977. I'm going to play myself and, and Dennis. Sorry, y'all, this is YouTube.
Ad revenue, guys.
Ad revenue.
You already know.
They'll get paid. Okay, so this is myself and Dennis, who is a member of Chicago Red. He is our gun guy. He just is an all-around good
Second
guy.
Amendment activist,
Second Amendment activist, 2A all the way. Remember, the difference between a slave and a freedman is a gun. So it's me and Dennis and some other people. I believe Miss Jessica is here and Miss Lawrence is here, but we'll see who all speaks. But we went to go talk to Brandon Johnson at his job on Monday. Roll tape.
Brandon Johnson, the good news is we got 48 days before Trump take that oath. In January, ICE gonna come in and get rid of the illegal immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. In order for us to get these taxes, we gotta get rid of these illegals. So this was gonna happen to you. You got Cash Patel and Pam Bundy that you're gonna have to deal with sooner than later. Then it's gonna be an audit. Next, it's gonna be an investigation. Then it's gonna be an indictment.
Well, that's like, oh, I like that. Oh my God, I like that. That's bad.
Position. That's what's gonna happen to
He's
you.
holding up an orange jumpsuit.
I laugh every
One
time
thing
I
that
see
Chicago
that.
people know very well is how to spot a scam. And the scam has been exposed. I want to say thank you to the city council. I want to say thank y'all for voting down that $300 million. Thank you for saving us $300 million. Thank you for saying no to $150 million.
I sure
and we
love.
want y'all to say no to the $60 million. You all did not get enough hand claps, enough support, enough love. Know that the whole country was clapping and proud of the work of this city council, because our mayor is embarrassing us, y'all, around the world. And you all took the power back from him to say the city of Chicago is out of the business of funding illegals. We are out of the business of prioritizing non-American citizens on top of the American citizens who go out in this cold weather every day to make money to pay their taxes.
The budget will be balanced. The budget will include investments. The ultimate work is to have real progressive revenue at the state level. Whatever we do in this particular budget cycle, we're going to have to do more statewide. And it's not limited to the state of Illinois. We're
Enough. Nobody want to hear that.
Facts.
Okay, so so Chicago Red, we went to City Hall, and again, shout out to everybody else that was down there.
Can I just speak on behalf of Dennis for a second, guys?
Yes.
Because I don't like how people, because Dennis was trending all on YouTube. You know, I'm a big YouTube guy.
Yes.
And you had some people saying, oh, this was a prop and this is a prop. Like, listen, this is the future of Brandon Johnson if he try to get in between Tom Homan, you know, and these illegals. So a lot of people are failing to realize, like Dennis said, he went through the whole process. Now it's going to be an investigation. After that, it's going to be an indictment. There's going to be a conviction. That's reasonable. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like how people were saying that it's a prop.
Well, it's okay. They got to get over it. We don't care what these people think.
Man.
Just stay mad. You know, like, really, nobody cares. And you know who else didn't care? Fox News. So then Fox News started hitting me up. And they were saying, hey, you know, bring people on. We want to talk to you guys. So I'm going to play this one clip of myself. I think this is this one. Oh, yes. So this is where, hold on. I am on Fox News. This is the story, I guess, with Jason. No, it says the story with Jason Miller. It's like a midday show. And I'm on this show, and we talk about why Black people are not supporting Brandon Johnson and why we are pushing so hard against the illegals. So I'm going to start where Brandon Johnson starts talking about how this deportation move hurts Black people. And my response that shook America to its core. Roll tape.
His threat is not just towards new arrivals and undocumented families. His threats are also against Black families. I'm a descendant of slaves. Living through threat is painful. Why would I want anybody else to experience that? Whether you are a new arrival or someone who came up with a great migration from the South. We're not going to threaten people. We're going to stand up and fight for people.
P-Ray, what's your response to what the mayor had to say back on the 12th?
I think it's the most disrespectful thing he's ever said out of his mouth.
Absolutely.
We, the American Negro people, are 100% American. This illegal immigration, whatever they're calling it, it is none of our business. We are as American as sweet potato pie, and we stand with the American president to make our borders secure and make our citizens safe. It's an insult to our ancestors for him to try to use our generational trauma that we're trying to get over in our country. We're not guests here. This is our country. I'm an 8th generation free American. That's not counting before the 1870 census. So when we're talking about how we're going to deal with the illegals, we have zero American Negro political capital to spend on this. This is our country, and we want to make it great as well.
You know, it's fast.
And it's true.
Facts.
So when I got on TV and I said the American Negro, that made everybody kind of stop in their tracks. Because if we're talking about race, then we know that Brandon could be talking about Black people because, you know, we got Africans, we got Caribbeans, we got Afro-Latinos. So, yes, all of those people, if you're here illegally, you going home too. 866-DHS-2-ICE, 866-347-2423. See something, say something today.
Goodbye.
You out of here. But with that being said, that shook America to its core because they understood that the American Negro literally has nothing to do with this. It does not affect us, and we are very serious this time about not racializing the deportation issue because we stand with the American people as Americans.
Can I just piggyback on that? He's been race baiting for so long. It's honestly getting pathetic at this point. It's like Chicago cannot afford these people. We're like $500 million in debt, $574 million to be exact, right? So my thing is this, Brandon Johnson. Are you fighting for the Chicago people or are you fighting for the illegals? Like, you're making
Well, he said that he's going to fight for them.
Him and J.B. Pritzker as well. So when we know your stance, like, how are you surprised that you have a 14% approval rating? You know, when things like this happen, like, you are supporting illegals, dude. And America alone is already $37 trillion in debt. And you're just adding to the deficit, in my opinion, with the illegals.
Correct.
Especially if they're gonna be deported, like they're not gonna be here anymore. Like, why are you still trying to spend money on people that's not about to be here? That's literally a waste of funds. Open the public schools back up that you closed for these illegals.
Well, the thing is, they're trying to do everything they can to get a funding source for them to be housed. And so that's why they're trying to come up with all of these tax schemes to get housing for them, because the Chicago Housing Authority, friends, for those who do not know, the Chicago Housing Authority has $1.8 billion.
I was just about to say that.
So if they were serious about getting people into homes, they would start with them.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people on the line waiting to talk to us. 773-345-9977. Let's take a caller. Colin, I'm sorry I had you waiting for so long. Welcome to Black Excellence Hour.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
You got it. Who's the gentleman with you?
This is Vashawn Tunkel, the Vice President of Chicago Red.
Well, good to talk to both of you. I went to the Chicago, the South Suburban Black Business event this week, and it was interesting. I've met the mayors of Blue Island, Maywood, and Robbins, and had nice conversations with all of them. And you were mentioned quite a bit. And
what they say?
It was good. You know, they said they all like you, and I think you have a little thing with. This is where I think we need to maybe sort of start reaching out and sort of mend a few mend a few fences and try to work together so we can be more effective, as a group. Because a lot of people had a lot of good things to say about you. Steve Ballich was there, and some of the guys was him, and they said you've done some stuff with them. It was a good group. So I gave a little speech. I said, I'm glad it's good to be here with a lot of like-minded fellow working folks. And I said, I've been working for myself since I've been 17 years old. And I said, however, I became very political when I came to my little office in Bartlett. It was that little part of Cook County up there, and I saw the taxes go from $7,000 to $27,000 in the period of 20 years. And of course, when I first started, I was just a tenant. And then, of course, I took ownership of the building. And when my taxes were $20-something thousand, my buddy over in St. Charles in Kane County was paying about half of what I was paying. So then, of course, the question is who's in charge of Cook County and who's in charge of Kane? And obviously, Democrats and Republicans, especially back then. Now, the Kane County board has changed a little bit, but during those times, it was pretty cut and dry. And I said, you go over to Indiana, you'll go up and down Indianapolis Boulevard. There's all these bustling stores. People have jobs. Kids can get entry-level work after school. Mm-hmm. We don't have that in Illinois. And we got to change things because we should be able to do the same things they do. I'm sure I stepped on a few toes, but, who cares? But I did have some nice conversations with them, especially the mayor of Blue Island. He said that they run their city actually very well. He said, we increased our police. We don't, we're very strict on code enforcement. If somebody's grass is too long or place starts to, run down, we got to make sure it stays in good shape. We don't care about the money for the fines. We just want the quality to stay the way it should be. And he said, it's funny because in Western Avenue, one side has one township and the other side has the other township. And because of the township structure, the taxes on one side of Western Avenue are like $1,000 or so more expensive per building than the other side. And I said, this is the problem we have here because, people always talk about black generational wealth. Well, you cannot have black generational wealth when you have less green. So I tell these people, and I said this the other day, I said the most important color other than black and white is the color green, as in Ben Franklin's. Because if you have Ben Franklin's in your pocket, that's your empowerment. We're not feeding a fat pig called government. And this is the problem. And that's why states that do well don't have the problems we do because their tax structures are different and people can keep more of their own money. It's plain as day, So it was a good time. It was a good event, and I'm glad I went there. And also, this Saturday, as you know, I'm going to be hosting John's show, so I'm going to have you on so you can talk about Chicago Red and talk about what you've been doing a little bit.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Jim.
No, it'll be good. So, but, a lot of people wish you would have been here. So I think we need to perhaps, maybe...
people got to learn how to treat me, Ray. I'm a treat. And if they don't treat me well, I stay by myself. I don't impose myself on anybody.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think, I know Darden, he was kind of like, well, she doesn't like me or something. And I said, well,
Oh, he knows why.
So why
I don't
we
want to
just
talk
sit
about it on the radio, but people got to treat P. Ray like a lady.
I understand. Well, then we'll have to give them that lesson too. Absolutely.
Yes.
You know? But this is why you've heard me say this before. We have all these groups. They don't want to work together. You know, I mean, we've got Val and people like that, you know, sending little messages about how Jeannie Ives is bad, that kind of thing. You know, it doesn't help when people insult each other. You know, because we're not talking about, you know, communists that we're insulting. We're talking about fellow so-called Republicans and conservatives.
Correct.
And if we don't sit there and work together, it's just not going to do what it should do.
I totally
That's
agree.
my humble opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this from the beginning. All I tried to do was shake a hand and make a friend.
Okay, it's Jim, right?
Yes, sir.
Can I
Otherwise known as Jim from South Belgium.
Okay. I like it. Jim, can I comment on something that you said that I totally 100% agree with, and I just want to piggyback on that?
Absolutely.
I agree
Yes,
that in this country, we should be allowed to challenge each other when it comes to different opinions. And then, and like you said, and I'm going to just piggyback off what you said, I don't believe it's Democrat versus Republican nowadays. Now I feel like it's populist versus establishment. You know what I'm saying? It's like the populist versus the deep state, the populist versus the global elites, like you said. You know, so it's like the sooner the better when the people figure this out. You know, like it's like you have poor people or people that's getting ripped off that's Republican and Democrat, you know, and the like big pharma, you know, people that's owning these billion-dollar corporations and things like that, they're the ones that's winning in the end. So I really thank you for bringing that part up.
And I'll leave one more thing. Our friend Glenn Scott Hayes sent a little public posting on Facebook today. Says, thanks again for putting common sense across the airways.
Yes, sir, man. And like I said before, the Republican Party this year was just the party of common sense. So that's why I feel like everybody just voted Republican right down the ballot.
Well, I mean, when you got all this LBGT stuff going on, and you know, like all the immigrants coming in and replacing people and giving them all this money, and we've been told historically there's no money. I mean, just like what they did try to do with that facility in Austin. You know, earlier this year, they wanted to kick all the people out.
Yeah, Olmsted Park.
People rightfully so. Exactly. They rightfully got together and said, F you. You're not doing that.
Man, I knew that he was going to get cussed out. The day before that meeting, I was on that other station. And I said, out of all the community meetings, Talaferro is about to have the worst one. Y'all, he's about to get cussed out in a way that he has never been cussed out in his life. Because when West Side people get mad and we link up, oh my God, what a mob to manage.
Yeah, I was a witness to that.
And so when he came back, we were actually one of the few neighborhoods that were able to prevent a shelter being put in our neighborhood. They did not put any illegal shelters in Austin.
That's what's up.
Good.
Well, me and the crew.
To the people.
Power to the people. Yes.
That's what's up.
Yes, we got to fight back.
Say, not in Austin. Boy.
Not in Austin. No. Austin got enough problems. We will not be dealing with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank you, Jim.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks, Jim.
Talk to you soon.
It's 773-345-9977, 773-345-9977. Join the queue, because we got some gossip, not even some gossip, but it's going down in City Hall. You know they going to jail. You going to jail, and you going to jail, and you going to jail. But before we do that, let's take another caller. And before I take that caller, I want to say this. Being in this male-dominated world of politics and being fat, okay, I'm fat, I know I am. I'm a little chubby now because I've been sitting up letting this foot heal, but wait till I get back in this gym. Then I'm going to be fat like I was, and I'm still fat. So when I'm in these spaces, sometimes men get besides themselves. Yeah. Get completely besides themselves, and they say very inappropriate, very sexually inappropriate things to me.
It's ego.
Correct. Yeah. But then when I report, this person is sexually harassing me. This person is asking what my body looks like under my clothes. This person is asking me if they could pay me for a kiss. This person is saying that, or going around telling people that I'm prostituting myself for $200.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it's horrible. The
Why
stuff
would they say stuff like
because
this?
typically that's how they attack women through sexuality. But I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be around you. I don't have to be your friend. I don't have to do business with you. There's enough work for me to never, ever, ever have to deal with situations where I have to be sexually harassed.
Sure, yeah.
So people gotta know how to treat P. Ray like a lady, or I promise you, I will stay away from you.
And
stay from
that's
around
what.
you.
And can I just piggyback on that? Now, I'm not a woman, but I feel like when women like you speak up like that, that opens up women's eyes when it comes to like, okay, maybe I shouldn't let this dude disrespect me in this type of way. Like women, like nowadays, they can be so much, they can be so much better if they just stick up for themselves, like what you just did. Now, when it comes to like places like that, they feel like, oh, men are dominant, like you're saying, politics and things like that, but that doesn't give them the reason to do the things that they're doing and speak the way that they're speaking. You know what I'm saying? So when you call them out on stuff like this, I feel like it's the right thing to do. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to. I mean, I'm not going to stop. However, if you don't know how to treat me, I promise you, I'll stay away from you. For real, like I don't find comfort in chaos. I don't have people say just work through it, keep the peace. Trying to keep the peace is actually the most chaotic thing that you can do because you will continue to suffer to the benefit of others, and then that only harms yourself. So I'm not going to start internal chaos to make people comfortable. And if you want P. Ray to hang around you, you got to treat P. Ray like a lady. I'm dead serious about that. There is no stepping or sidestepping or half-stepping about that. Let's get to another caller. Then I'm going to tell y'all all about what's going down in City Hall. Let's go to, I believe this is Dennis. Dennis, welcome to Black Excellence Hour.
How you all doing today?
Good. How you doing?
What up, Mr. Dennis?
I'm doing fine. Hey, how's
What's
it going?
going on?
Yes, nothing much. Now since the election is over with, as far as Trump goes, now he's going to be the 47th president. Now we got to focus on these crooks, these Diddy crap.
I love it,
man. You know, with the mayor and half of these black aldermen who have not done nothing for the cities and stuff, and it's very important. So we got to focus to make changes, not only the federal but at the state and the local level as well. Let me tell you something. Brandon Johnson is not going to change his way, and we should not let him change his way. Excuse me, because he's determined to pass this budget, this $54 million tax increase on the property. Most people cannot even afford to pay rent, now less a $64 million tax increase and stuff. Now, I don't know if he's being paid through George Soros, but if he is, and half of these aldermen and these Democratic judges, we need to put them out there and hang them out to dry now, because now we can't afford to, talk about it. We got more like be about it. But Brandon Johnson, he gonna be wearing that prison jumpsuit. Him and JB Pritzker.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a prop.
Hey, Tom Holman is coming tomorrow.
See there. Now I would like to challenge J.B. Pritzker and or Brandon Johnson to go to that event with Tom Holman and say what he.
They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do it, Mr. Dennis.
Instead of going on TV.
You say pull up on Irving Park in Central and say it to his face.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
I might go to City Hall. I might go to City Hall and tell Brandon that on the mic. Yep, y'all was talking all the mess. He come say it to his face.
Tom Holman looks scary too, guys. He looks scary.
I mean, and to be honest with you, January cannot get here fast enough.
How many days we got left, Dennis?
We would have, I would say 39 days.
39 days?
No, 42. 42 days. 42 days.
It's not a long time, America.
42 days.
Man, a little over a month.
And I would like to send a message to the Tren de Agua gang, Venezuela gang. Enjoy your last Christmas.
Boom. Thank you, Dennis.
Say Feliz Navidad.
Thank you.
773-345-9977. Lord have mercy. But no, in real life. 866-DHS2-ICE. 866-347-2423. See something, say something, and call today. The life you save might be your own. Let's go back to the call queue. Welcome to Black Excellence Hour.
What's going on, guys? What's going on, P. Ray? What's going on, Black Serta?
Yo.
Hey, welcome.
Yeah, this is AJ. P. Ray, you probably don't remember my voice. You know, I talked to you.
I knew your voice was familiar.
Yeah, what's up, Black? You know, I know
what's
me.
going on, AJ?
What's going on? What's happening? I got a couple of questions for you guys because you know I'm kind of concerned because I've been thinking lately, like towards with the new year. The new year is approaching, and I noticed you guys are gaining momentum. But what can we do? Well, you guys could do towards like getting candidates to go against these aldermen, like to be able to change the situation in City Hall. Other than I don't got no problem with you guys going down there doing what you do, but we need to come with candidates to be able to get their ass up, get them, get them out.
Right.
So that's just one question for you guys.
Well, let me answer that question for you.
That's a good question.
Because the candidates have to come organically. So, like, I can't say, hey, AJ, okay, go run for alderman in your ward, because that may not be what you want to do. To that point, I do agree that we got to get more people in these seats. We have literally like 2 or a year and a half or 2.5 years to pull this together. The goal of the movement has always been to raise the intellect and self-esteem of the people in a patriotic way. Chicago Red is a civic educational organization that raises people's patriotic esteem. That's what we do. So by us going down there, this is encouraging people maybe like you to want to go and run. Now, once you tell us you want to run, you're going to come to the meeting, we're going to ask you a whole bunch of questions, make sure that you on the same vibe that we on, and then we push you and we help you, just like we did with President Trump, just like we did with Bob Fioretti in a way. Yep. We make sure that we respect the people who are pushing our platform, but those people have to present themselves to us. We can't pick them.
Wow. I love to hear that. I mean, me personally, I'm an independent. And I don't think I'm there yet for me to run. I'm just being sarcastic, but I'm glad to hear that. Because I just feel like you guys got, a lot of people. I heard the lady from the Young Turks talk about you guys.
Wow.
Earlier today.
I'm about to look up.
She say now because of you guys, she be watching every city hall council meeting because of you guys.
Wow. She tuning in now.
Everybody in America. People tell me I got my favorite characters and I like when so-and-so come and you say this and they say that. We know what to expect. We know what's coming. See, this is why I honestly believe that the last tax vote went 50-0, because they know that everybody across the world is now watching them. And they're doing these roll calls on purpose so that, as Ms. Jessica said, the people who go against us will be made famous. And nobody wants to be the jackbutt of the dunce of the week on anybody's show. So now they're all falling on board with us. This is what grassroots self-advocacy looks like. Do y'all know what would have happened if we didn't go down there and pull up on them people and tell them to stop this?
We would have had a $300 million property tax increase.
It would have been more than that.
Or more.
It would have been way more than that.
And we stopped it.
He probably would have did $600 million.
Yeah, we stopped it in its tracks. We said, heck no. We're not doing that, and y'all not doing that either. Please don't vote for that. Pretty please with sugar on top. And they went. And then they said that they're not going to vote for any property tax increases. So again, this is how you build momentum. But if I was to come to you and say, like, for me, people are talking about who they want the mayor to be, I say Rod Blagojevich for mayor.
We actually met him at the RNC.
Yes, we met him at the RNC. Rod, now that everybody knows the story, he went on Tucker Carlson and told his story. He didn't do anything but cuss on the phone and try to get more money for the Children's Hospital. Literally. Illinois was ran better when he was in charge. We had a balanced budget, and the people love him.
And I think he a Trump supporter too.
And he calls himself a Trump-rican.
Okay.
Yes, or a Trumpocrat,
like
Trumpocrat, or something like that. But anyway, he's a team member.
cut you guys off, but P-Ray, why not you be for mayor?
I don't want to be the mayor.
Black conservative,
nope.
Alderman.
Nope.
Hey, I'll be down for that.
Nope. I want to, if and when my congressman ever stops running for Congress, once he leaves office,
no.
I'm going for the, what you mean now? What you mean? No, wait, hold on, let the man talk. What you mean? No, why I can't go down there and handle the business for the South and West Sides? I went down there on my own before and talked to Carson by myself, figured out how to get in the White House and talk to him. Why can't I go down there and do that as a congresswoman?
I was saying, I think he's saying I don't think you should wait.
Well, you saying you don't think I should wait until he's gone?
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, that's
no, I
saying,
could never run against
it's
him.
A respect thing,
y'all trying to get me into it with my people. Like in real life, they will take me in the back room and whoop me with switches. Okay, like this is not a game. I'm not getting a whooping for y'all.
You ready? I disagree. And my second question, I'm gonna get on out of here, is like, why not? I mean, is there some type of way we could be able to take this fight down to Springfield, like towards the governor? Because I think he's just getting away with a lot instead of just with the local. I think we need to go down there to the state and let them have it too.
Absolutely. So actually, we're trying to figure out how we're going to make that move. There are some bills that we definitely want to get out of committee, such as LaShawn Ford's recall bill. And so we want to make sure that we're able to kind of push that along, but we got to do one piece at a time.
Yeah.
So yes, we definitely going to make a state move. If you ever want to come to a Chicago Red meeting, you can. We meet every Thursday night.
I think he's been there.
Yeah, well, come on back, AJ. At 5834 West Augusta at 7 p.m. on Thursday nights. We are there plotting and planning.
Yeah, I already know. Unfortunately, sometimes I be working and stuff. So I already know. Just I want to call up, talk to you guys together. And like I was telling Black Conservative, hopefully one time I could be able to gracefully be able to sit down in that little nice studio of yours.
Yeah, man, come on in, brother.
Yeah, just let me know. Just shoot me a message and we'll work it out.
All right,
we'll make something happen for you,
all
man.
Right, y'all have a good night.
You too.
Thanks, man.
All right.
773-345-9977. Let's get to what's happening in City Hall. Now, thank you for everybody who's been tuned in this whole time. Y'all, these people finna go to jail. And the word that I use is finna because this is dead serious. Some real live jail stuff. First things first. Jason Lee. Jason Lee is the senior advisor to Mayor Brandon Johnson. He is the son of Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, or the late Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, and his sister just won his mother's seat down in Texas. Well, friends, the Tribune did a story on him, and they went down to Texas, down in Houston, Texas, and found out that he voted in the Texas election. Why is that a big deal, Chicago? Because in order to work for the Chicago city government, one must have a residence in the city of Chicago. Now, this gets a little deeper because the address that the Tribune found that Jason Lee is using is Brandon Johnson's house.
Right.
So is Jason Lee living in the house of Brandon Johnson? Does he have a room there? Is he getting mail there? Nobody knows. So Alderman Ray Lopez of the 15th Ward had a couple of questions. He wrote 2 letters. The first letter is to the Attorney General of the state of Texas, attention of the election fraud unit. And this is regarding possible illegal voting in Harris County about Jason Cornelius Lee. And then they have his voter ID and his address. It says, Attorney General Paxton. The Chicago Tribune recently published an article entitled Mayor Johnson's Senior Advisor Voted in Texas in November 2024 election. The employee in question is Jason Lee. According to the article, Lee is registered to vote in the state of Texas while alleging residency in Illinois in order to be employed by the city of Chicago. In Chicago, I have asked the Office of the Inspector General to investigate the matter as it relates to our personnel policies and violation of residency requirements for employees. However, we are unable to investigate and adjudicate the more serious matter of voter fraud activity. Your office has a well-established record of defending the integrity of ballot access and voting operations. On its face, the narrative provided is, at best, problematic and at worst, constitutes felonious election fraud. Therefore, I am respectfully requesting that your election fraud unit immediately investigate this matter. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Until then, I remain respectfully serving the 15th Ward, Raymond A. Lopez. And he sent this on City Council letterhead, but it gets deeper, friends. He also sent a letter to the Inspector General of the City of Chicago, Miss Deborah Witzberg, and he said to her, Inspector Witzberg, this is in violation of Chicago Municipal Code 2-152-050 residency. Inspector General Witzberg, the Chicago Tribune recently published an article entitled Brandon Johnson, Senior Advisor, Voted in Texas in November 2024 election. The employee in question is Jason Lee. According to the article, Lee is registered to vote in one state, Texas, while alleging residency in another, Illinois. According to the state of Texas, Texans temporarily living outside the state are allowed to vote in Texas elections if they have not established legal residency elsewhere. The Chicago Municipal Code is clear. All officers and the employees of the city of Chicago must be residents of the city. On its face, the narrative provided at best is problematic and at worst constitutes felonious election fraud. Therefore, I am requesting an immediate investigation into this matter. This is unexcusable behavior from someone in a senior leadership role within the current administration. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Until then, I remain respectfully serving the 15th Ward. What does that sound like to you?
It sounds like voter fraud to me.
Sounds like voter fraud to me. I think we lost our online audience because the iPad died. So I'm going to try to pull it up on the phone, which then will limit a lot. Well, you know what? We just lost an audience, and now we just got to stream with you. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool. That's all.
I got to send something to the people.
I think I see Miss Marjorie in the show.
Hey, Miss Marjorie. Oh, the iPad is coming back on. So we'll get that back going in a moment. I hope it didn't cut off. But in any case, this is a big deal.
For sure, yeah.
Because what it shows is that Brandon Johnson was acting in concert with Jason Lee to skirt the residency rules. Mm-hmm. I mean, is Jason Lee paying rent to live in Brandon's house?
I mean, I think it's just a way for him to, use the Chicago residents just to run, in my opinion. So, I mean, it's clearly voter fraud. It sounds like it's voter fraud.
It's clearly voter fraud.
But, we know how Brandon Johnson and his flunkies work already, so it's like I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. This is actually really crazy. Let me tell you something else that happened. So there's a big deal right now going on with Ronnie Mosley. Mm-hmm. And Ronnie Mosley told Brandon Johnson, or people were telling people that Ronnie Mosley, who was a deputy mayor, that he was being inappropriate with the women. And they actually fired the women and put them on the do not hire list, and then tried to do a peace circle to make him come back. And so they said that Brandon knew about it. This was a violation of personnel. However, he sent a text message to Stacey Gates that said, Ronnie, call me immediately. The elders sent the message or something like that. So he's conspiring with Stacey Gates to cover illegal activities. I mean,
that's Chicago for you.
Sorry, guys. Come on. Guess it's still waking up. All right, we'll wait. We got a little time. We got to bring back our other audience. But these are all things that are happening that will exacerbate the criminal charges that are coming down the pipe here in the city of Chicago.
It's going to be a lot.
Vashawn, how do you think that arrest cycle is going to go?
Well, they're going to fight for sure. They're going to fight as much as possible for them to not get criminally charged, but I feel like if we can bring up the right evidence, like undisputed evidence, then I do feel like there will be a conviction. But we have to not really work, because we already seen even with Donald Trump, we can use Donald Trump, the judicial system, we can't really trust it. So, and especially in blue cities like, Chicago, and it's like, I feel like it can happen. It's possible, but probability wise, not really sure.
So then what does that look like then? What happens with all of this stuff?
I mean, it just shows how corrupt the system is. Like, as far as, in Illinois, this has been going on for so long. It's like it's become immune to people now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll just see it in the news and just think nothing of it. It'll probably just be old news in a week, but we have to let people know, like, these are the people that are running our cities and states. You know what I'm saying? So if we just add the pressure on these criminals, because that's what they are, criminals.
Correct.
We could basically like get real change in our city and state.
I totally agree.
For sure.
What as the vice president of Chicago Red, what do you see our next steps being?
Well, honestly, we're already doing the next step, because a lot of people are saying, oh, well, the election's over. Why are you still doing this? Why are you still doing that? And it's because Chicago is waking up, but we still have yet to see like real change when it comes to Chicago. The people are crying out for help when it comes to the gun violence, when it comes to the taxes, when it comes to the illegal immigrants. We still have a job to do here in Chicago, Illinois. Now, we do have help now that Trump is in office, but he can't do all of the things that's going to change the city of Chicago. He has a whole country to run. So, in my opinion, if we just keep influencing the people like we're doing on, in City Hall and, other things like that, then we can really get the true attention that we need to Chicago, Illinois, to where they can actually want to help us, because it looks like we don't want the help, because Brandon Johnson is saying, oh, and our governor, J.B. Pritzker, is saying, oh, we'll take the illegals and we'll take them in that. So it's looking like we don't want the help, but the people of Chicago, we want the help. These people like J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson, they live in gated communities. They don't live how we live. They don't eat how we eat, So that's just my opinion. We still have a job to do when it comes to fixing Chicago.
I totally agree. I was trying to bring back the StreamYard. It's just giving P. Ray such a hard time. It'll catch up in a moment. But let's see if we have any more callers. Again, today's guest host is Mr. Vashawn Tunkel, who is the vice president of Chicago Red. He is the man with the plan that helps us keep this beautiful thing rolling and rocking. And if anybody from the Chicago Conservatives page wants to join the conversation, give us a call, 773-345-9977. How did you get involved in right-wing politics as a black man from the south side of Chicago?
Man, I don't even know where to start with that. But I guess I started to see first, I'm a worker. I always work all the time. And when I started seeing, my check, I would work all day and I was basically seeing nothing on my checks. So I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I know, like, I've worked enough hours to feed, my family and this, that, and the third, but it's just looking like it's not enough. And this is under the Biden administration, excuse me. Now, during Trump's administration, when Trump was in office, my grocery bill was never no more than $130. Like, that's reasonable compared to my grocery bill almost doubling that when I, go to the grocery store. And then when it comes to the illegals getting all of the, the funds and things like that in Chicago, Illinois, and basically getting all of the housing, and they're willing to open up schools that they closed down for these illegals just for them to stay and live a good life and this, that, and the third. I just saw like, okay, the Democratic Party is just, their interest is just not with African American people. And then when I started doing my research, I started looking at more right-wing conservative leaders like Candace Owens and I believe Ben Shapiro, Ben Carson. I watched I like Byron Donalds a lot when he was talking in the Senate. And I'm like, okay, this is a black guy who's waking up African American people. So when I saw this, and then I saw when he schooled Charlamagne and God on the Breakfast Club, so I'm like, yeah, they don't know nothing. And then I saw a spike in black people fighting for the conservative beliefs, and I'm like, okay, when I'm looking around in cities like Chicago, Detroit, New York, all of the blue cities, it looks absolutely terrible, right? And the leadership that they're getting is bad. So when I'm putting all the numbers together and common sense, because I'm not trying to use the race bait and basically just delude myself, because that's what I feel like a lot of African Americans do in the black community, they delude themselves from what's true. We know that killing is wrong. We know that stealing is wrong. And in my opinion, I believe that crime creates poverty. And when it comes to these poverty neighborhoods, specifically in black neighborhoods, there is a lot of crime in them.
I agree.
So when I started putting all this together, and when I started realizing, oh, it's not white people, it's me. You know, like it's me basically in my decisions, and you know what leads me to my life.
I'm getting a whole lot of people saying no audio, no audio, no audio.
I think the mute button.
Oh no, it's not. It's
wait.
unmuted. Let's see.
Sorry.
Unmute. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see where this takes us.
Yep, give us 1 second, guys. 1 second.
I should play the song again.
Yeah, for sure. While we wait commercial break.
Let's see. Come on. Unmute. Toot toot.
Yeah, technology could be sketchy sometimes, guys.
We're gonna play the song. Oh, okay, it's unmuted. How about now, Facebook? Can you hear us? Twitter, can you hear us? Give me a thumbs up if you all can hear what we're saying so we can keep going because we're gonna be wrapping up the show soon. Can you hear me on Twitter and Facebook? Yes? No? Maybe? Can you hear me? Guess we are off air. No, we're not off air. You guys can't see us. Oh no. It's okay. I think we should be okay. Let me check it out. Let's see.
And I'll leave one more thing, Max.
Oh no, I think it actually went off. Let's see. Open line. Yeah, I think it went off the air. Because it's saying live, but it's not showing live. Oh no. Let's see something else. Give me 1 minute, y'all. I would play the song, but I can't do all of that at the same time.
I see the chat going, but I don't think they can
they're
see
saying,
us. Yeah.
Let's see. Can you all hear us? The Facebook. Oh, you guys, can you hear us? Can you hear us on? Because now people are saying, great show, we're leaving. Oh, no, don't go. It's okay. I think that when the iPad died and came back, it just didn't catch on how it's supposed to.
Sure, yeah.
And c'est la vie, because the people caught the show as they were supposed to. And let's wrap it up with your people, because it looks like on the Black Excellence Hours end, we lost them. So it's okay, because we got plenty to do. Again, Tom Holman is coming tomorrow.
Yep.
So if you have any plans, the Northwest Side GOP is hosting Tom Holman. We are definitely going to go see him tomorrow to let him know exactly what we're going through in the city of Chicago and invite him to come here and help us, because we definitely need the help. We will also be in City Hall on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So if you're not doing anything, pull up. Come and say your part on the mic as well. It is a very serious matter that we get everybody involved in the show. And with that being said, we're going to wrap it on up, because we typically go an hour, and we have gone longer than the hour today. We actually went like maybe 75 minutes or so. And so shout out to, again, everyone who loves the show, who listens to the show, who shares the show, everyone who has ever supported us in any way. They're saying that the people on Facebook can't hear, and that is where we are streaming the show. So we're going to wrap this one up. It's okay, y'all. We try to do our best with what we have and how we have
It's the message that counts,
It's
guys.
the message that counts. And we're going to work all this out, because the music is going to be playing. The music is going to be playing in just a moment, and that means that we are at the end of the show. know that, one, we are at home. Two, Chicago Red is not going anywhere. We are dead serious about the work that we are doing. Pray for our success. Wish us luck. And just know that we are not going to stop fighting as long as they are playing with our tax money and neglecting Americans. We're going to keep on educating people on how to be better than they are, because we deserve better in our country. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're done being divided, y'all. We're in the middle of an invasion and we got to stick together. One people, one flag, one blood, one country. This is P-Ray of Black Excellence Hour, a show for people with high self-esteem. I truly appreciate the company. Vashawn, come see me anytime. Check us out, ChicagoRed.org. Drop a few ducats and help us get to the inauguration. Mwah. See y'all later. Ciao.
Peace out.